Love to hear more about that. What are some of the themes that, come up in Afghan literature?
You'll find themes of love, loss, honor, and always this appreciation for the beauty of the natural world. Epic poems, like the Shahnameh, that one that tells the history and mythology of Persia.
I've heard of it, but I admit I don't know much about it.
It's still incredibly popular. And there's this unique form of poetry called lande.
Lande, what's that?
They're these short two-line verses, often witty or poignant. They capture the essence of Afghan life.
I love that. Little snapshots of life.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got poetry. What about music? Any instruments or styles we should know about?
The rubab, it's a stringed instrument, kind of like a lute. It's considered the national instrument of Afghanistan.
A rhubarb.
Its sound is it's really melancholic and soulful. Often accompanies traditional songs and stories.
I can just imagine it. The rhubarb playing alongside those landes and epic poems. Afghanistan has been influenced by its neighbors too, right? Has that influenced its music at all?
Absolutely, you'll hear influences from Indian classical music, Persian melodies, even Central Asian rhythms. And in recent decades, modern pop music has become popular, especially among younger people.
So it's a real blend of old and new.
It is. It's really fascinating how those influences come together.
Speaking of blends, no cultural exploration is complete without talking about food. What are some must-try dishes if we ever find ourselves in Kabul or Herat?
Get ready for a culinary adventure. Afghan food is known for its flavorful rice dishes. You gotta try kabuli pulao, rice cooked with meat, raisins, carrots, delicious.
That sounds amazing.
And of course, there's a whole array of kebabs, stews, dumplings, and don't forget the naan, freshly baked flatbread. You can't have a meal without it.
It all sounds so good. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. Okay, so we've covered so much ground, ancient history to modern day culture and cuisine. But let's bring it back to the present. We know the Taliban are back in power. Where do things stand in Afghanistan today?
It's complicated. Afghanistan is at a crossroads, facing a lot of challenges. The Taliban are trying to gain international recognition, but it's not going so well. The economy is struggling. There are serious concerns about human rights, especially for women and girls.
It's a sobering reminder that the story of Afghanistan isn't over. So for our listeners who are feeling overwhelmed, inspired, and wanting to learn more, what are some key takeaways they should keep in mind about Afghanistan?
First, remember that Afghanistan has this incredibly deep and rich history going back thousands of years. It's been a crossroads of civilizations and empires, and that's shaped its diverse culture and complex social structures.
It's so much more than just a war-torn country, as we so often hear it described.
Exactly. Second takeaway, the Afghan people have shown incredible resilience in the face of, just constant conflict and hardship. Their traditions, their values,